What's up everyone? In this video, our group will talk about the history of Britain over following periods. The first one is Iron Period. Iron Age Britain is conventionally defined as the period from the first use of iron, 750 BC, to Roman conquest, which began in southeastern England in 1843. At that time, people were called Britons. The tribes living in Britain during this time are often popularly considered to be the part of a Proto Celtic culture. The Celts, who came from Europe and gradually infiltrated Britain, lived in Britain between 600 BC and 43 AD. Residents here believed in many different gods. Druids, who were bred in the society, tried to figure out what the gods wanted. They lived in huts of arched timber with squares of whisker and roofs of thatch. This town saw a huge growth in the number of hill forts throughout the region. They were often ditch and pine combination and circling, defensible hilltops. Surprisingly, it still remains mystery about who built them and the purpose of them. This period was the beginning of agriculture. The Celts brought such an interesting innovation to Britain, such was the iron plough. They made it possible for the first time to cultivate the Rift Valley and lowland soil. Besides, there were changes in late Iron Age, such as the use of gold and silver coins, adoption of cremation period, wood-turned pottery, and temples.
Roman Empire. The Romans constructed many buildings, roads, and cities when they lived there. You can still see some of these places today. In this period, the Romans introduced the new letter called the Victorian Ballet, Latin letter. Today is still in modern life. Roman were also a well-known place in this time. The Romans started in the year 122 and finished in 6 years. It was 117 kilometers long. The Romans used stone to build it. England had no proper roads before the Romans, so the Romans built roads as straight as possible. Because of the Romans imposed to believe in God as the Romans do, all the roads have a way to the Colosseum Road. Another interesting thing is the Roman Baths. It is located in Aquarius, Sicily. Today it's a beautiful city and it is popular for visitors. They constructed it over many years. They use it for washing together because they like to meeting and talking to friends. However, easy changes disappeared in Britain so quickly. There were little left neither Norwegian language, impressive network of roads, villas, influence in Celtic speakers arrived in England about 900 BC to which the Britons inhabited what is now Britain present. Do you see picture the language? Both Celtic groups spoken language from the Celtic family, which is far different from the Romantic language. Greece is considered Romantic language. They live in closet and tight class. We're looking at the maps of England under the Anno section, the section land rail west section, and the Townsend section in the middle. If we look at the green area in the middle of the right, we can see Earth's angle right, the length of Earth's angle. He is king, he is said to be generous to his royal system. Tim Allen Steve the founder of Meat Horse is a major sitting in any section society, and we are going to see this made by the wooden structure where the king lives and held to his core and back. The normal British. This period was a series of changes, a communication of Allen's sections elements making a kind of the Middle English. It was mixed between French and Germanic elements. Nearly 30% of English words known as modern English were brought from French and Germanic words. In this period, there were no feudal system. The structural social are classified into four groups. Firstly, the highest class, King William said all the lands in England were his. The lower were dark barons. They had a power to control the land's tax and support the king. The third class were the knights who would have to promise to fight for the barons whether they were asked. The novice class were peasants. They worked on the land in return for the pagan and knights. As you know, this period was famous for public buildings such as Lee Castle, Angry Castle, Birmingham Castle, and also Cockford Castle. But the Tower of London was a symptom of British and is also a destination for visitors. It's normal to see the Sikh ravens outside the Tower of London, believed to protect the crown. People believe that if the Tower of London raven alerts of fly away, the crown will fail.
The Tudor dynasty or the Tudor house was a European royal house from Gaul from 1485 to 1603. The Tudor family ruled the United Kingdom and its territories, including the Irish territory and later the Kingdom of Ireland. The Tudor rose is a traditional flower, a direct emblem of England. The first Tudor monarch in Henry VII, he ended the Civil War for power, found the Tudor dynasty modernized England. Henry VIII married 6 times, served time with the Pope in Rome, founded the Church of England, and initiated religion reform. The third monarch is Edward VI, who briefly restored a period of complete opening up of the Protestant theology in England. Next, as the first Queen of England, Mary I was called Bloody Mary for persecuting the Protestants in their failed attempt to restore Catholicism in the countries. Elizabeth I is one of the greatest monarchs of England. The government and law. Queen strengthened the Protestant faith and built the country into an independent and powerful nation. The House of Stuart, original Stewart, was a royal house of Scotland, England, Ireland, and later Great Britain. In 1503, James IV married Margaret Tudor, first linking the royal house of Scotland and England. Elizabeth I of England died without issue in 1603, and James IV, great-grandson James VI of Scotland, succeeded to the throne of England and Ireland as James I in union of the crown. In total, 9 Stuart monarchs ruled Scotland alone from 1371 until 1603. The last of which was James VI before his accession in England. 2 Stuart queens ruled eastward following the Glorious Revolution in 1688. Mary II and Anne both were the Protestant daughter of James VII and II. James was deposed by Parliament in 1689. His children who can survive to adulthood so crown part to the House of Hanover of the death of Queen Anne in 1714 under the term of Act of Settlement 1701 and the Act of Security 1704.
The era of British history was the period of which Victoria reigns. Victoria was double grandmother of Europe and a symbol of Viceroy. Class division: Queen, upper classes, medium class, and working class. She has abolished slavery in British Empire. It parent territory by inviting other countries. The Industrial Revolution exported. Many inventions appeared: trans-powered power steam engineer, phones, and cameras. Britain reaches the list of its economics, political, diplomatic, and cultural powers. Its long period.
1958, European Economic Community is formed. 1963, Britain abolished to join the Common Market.
The application is vetoed by France. The same thing happens in 1967. 1973, the UK joined the EEC and begins making changes to the Common Agricultural Policy. 1975, the Britain people has the first leave or remain referendum, and 67% vote to stay. 1987, Margaret Thatcher signed the Single European Act, shutting up the world's largest free trade area. 1992, UK ejected from the exchange rate mechanism, a foreigner to the single currency. 1993, Euro is formed. 2008, financial crisis. The collapse of Lehman Brothers triggers a worldwide credit crunch and the loss of a global bailout fund to which the UK contributes. 2011, fears of a second banking collapse in Europe prompted a second global bailout operation, including Britain. June 2016, David Cameron has a second remain or leave referendum. Nearly 52% vote to leave. Despite widespread public and political dissent, Britain had taken steps towards independence. The UK formally left the EU on 31 January 2020.
Peace policy revives safety and national confidence for British.
Modern life.